Yo, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Taz, back with another Diablo Immortal video. And in this video, I'm gonna show you all how to get more Reforged loadouts for your character in Diablo Immortal. So let's get straight to it. This is gonna be a quick one. We're gonna go to Sharcy. We're gonna go to the blacksmith. We're gonna go to services. We're gonna go to Reforge. And as we go to Reforge, you see your gear, right? So you click on your gear, or well, any gear that is, and you see there's another box right here. Now, I have them all unlocked already, but I'm gonna show you all how you can unlock them so that when you make certain builds, you can have the right loadout for your build. And as soon as you get the right reforges that you want to make sure you go to the armory and save them all together. Okay, so to unlock these extra slots, you see I got them ordered PvE, PvP, and PvE and PvP, because I'm gonna start making builds. Well, I'm only using PvE. I'm gonna make builds that's only for PvP, and any builds I can create that I can use in both. And the reason why I want to make a build that I can use in both, because you have certain game modes like Brawl or Conquer or whatever. Well, especially Brawl, because in Brawl they are monsters you can kill and enemies, enemy players you can kill. So for Brawl, pretty much. And this is how you do it. Even Tower War, you got a few NPCs in there, and you have other players you have to fight. So you can do yours in any way that you want to. I decided to do PvE, PvP, and PvE and PvP. But in order to unlock these extra slots, so you already get the first one. Now, the slot that have PvP is going to be locked for you if you have not done this already. And you will have to reforge over, I believe, 50 times. Once you do any type of reforging 50 times, you will unlock this slot. I think it's the same thing for this one. Now, I don't know if you have to do it 50 times per slot or all together. Now, that one I do not know. But this is how you get more slots. And this is per gear, by the way. So, for example, you see this helmet, right? I could use my PvE loadout, my PvP loadout, or my PvE and PvP loadout per slot. So you have to be mindful and you have to stay on top of it, because you might be rushing and you might have this one in the PvP and PvE, and this one might be strictly PvE. So that's the loadouts are a good way. You can, if you want to change anything different, you see the bonus attributes. If you want to change anything in particular. So, for example, let's say, I'm going to switch back to PvE. Let's say, for example, I want to reforge. Now, the ones on the left are the ones that I currently already have. Critical hit damage increased, duration of beneficial effects increased, attack speed, damage to players, damage to shielded enemies increased. Damage to players is specifically a PvP stat. So if I want to put this in the PvP category, I can, because in PvE there is no player versus player. Okay, so for my PvE setup, I'm gonna always use critical hit damage. I'm gonna always use duration of beneficial effects. I'm gonna always use attack speed increase. These two are questionable, but the way I played the game earlier is I was mainly focused on PvE. So that's why I have this set up. But the damage to players, I know every now and then I jump into battlegrounds. So that helps out a lot. Also, if you go to the Jolt Stone, you see right here. Hold on, I ain't trying to do that. Damage taken from players reduced by the minimum 0.5% to 1%. So this would be considered a PvP. You should use this in your PvP loadout. Do more damage to players, or damage taken from players reduced. So I will put that one underneath PvP. Now the example for PvE, let's go to the Vengeance Stone. And you see damage to demons or damage to shielded enemies. That's a good one for PvE. And we can go to Wildfire. Primary attack damage increase. All skill damage increase. Those are good for pretty much both PvE and PvP. Any kind of way you want to squeeze more damage out of your character or your build. So that's why it's a good necessity for each slot has 3 of these. But I think you have to reforge 50 times. So if you do some battlegrounds, you get to silver, you can get, at the end of the season, you can get reforged stones. Also, be safe, all right? You can go right here. We're gonna go to the Hills Trader. And you can purchase reforged stones from him.
Your reputation precedes you.
Right here, reforged stones. Each one of them costs 200 hills. He has a maximum of 8 available. Now keep in mind, if you want to unlock it, you have to reforge 50 times. I believe it's 50. Let me see if it's some more. That's it. And this resets every week. They're gonna reforge stone, but you need to reforge 50 times. It don't matter what you turn out to get or which one you're working on. Once you unlock the loadouts, you want to create you a build specifically for PvE. Get you a PvE loadout. So this the armory. So once you got everything the way you want to set up, then you come into the armory and you save it as a whole. And then you will have the perfect setup for that, whichever one you're looking for. But as you can see, I have my PvE setup, which is spread shot. Then I have the spread shot PvP, and then I have urban. That is PvE, defensive PvE. So I hope this video help you all. If you want to get an extra slot in, let me see. Go to Reforge. You can do. You see, I have it PvE, PvP, and PvE and PvP. You can unlock all of these per slot for your pains. I ain't even list that one. That's crazy. But yes, you have to reforge 50 times and you unlock loadouts for your reforge. You see that? You can choose between. I can cycle through them in seconds. Alright. Right there. Then go to this one. This supposed to be PvP. Hold on, let me change the loadout. PvP. And they let you rename them. So PvE, PvP, we're gonna do this one. Change the name of it. PvE and PvP. So it's a nice little thing. Now you have to make sure, like before you exit the screen, you gotta make sure all of them on the same thing now. Cause sometimes you can forget. Switch back to PvE, PvE, PvE. And that's the video, guys. How you can unlock Reforge Loadout for Diablo Immortal. This your boy Taz. I'm signing out. I'll see you all on the next one.